Today is a day that I have been patiently waiting for what feels like to be a month, but really it's only been about 6 days since I've ordered my last resort AB pair of shoes, and I'm so hyped today to break them in. The first session, I've been wanting these shoes for a while. I figured I'd wait for their newest drop before I got any shoes, so I just got a pair. I'm super hyped. This video is gonna be a 30-day test, so I'm gonna be skating these shoes for 30 days throughout this video from beginning to end. Talk about how they feel from breaking in and some longevity, how they feel in a lot of different environments. So it's not just a one-day video. I'm gonna be putting these to a real wear test. Super excited to break them in here at the Slappy Spot. I got the suede lows, which are a suede upper with a canvas lining, a PU collar, rubber sole, and foxing cotton laces, and they're made in Vietnam. What I also liked is that they came with some extra laces, and I really appreciate when a shoe company does that. Yeah, let's get into the first session. Right, first session under wraps. That felt really good. They broke in really nicely. They feel really good straight out of the box. There is some of that stiffness and like shoe like structure there. That's what's nice about it. It's not like super floppy, even though it is a really kind of flat shoe. It's not really floppy, if that makes sense. So yeah, first session, really hyped on them. We're gonna put these things to some abuse. Obviously that was a really easy session. I don't want to go super hard on them right away. I think it's easier to kind of like break your shoes in with some slappy grinds and things like that. So let's continue the mission of abuse on these shoes. All right, it's been more than 30 days. It's been about 40 days. So I feel like I have enough experience with these shoes to talk about some of the good things, some of the bad things, maybe who they're for, who they're not for. First, I want to talk about some of the good things that I do like about these shoes. There's so much board control. I personally really like that. I skate a lot of transition. I do like flipping my board and like doing, I don't know, other tricks, manuals and stuff like that. I'm not saying that I don't like that technical aspect or even jumping down things occasionally, but I think the board feel in these shoes is really good. I would compare it maybe a Vans slip-on shoe, but it feels like there's more structure to it. So that's the big difference, is like, even though there's a lot of board control, the structure to the shoe has stood up. And what I mean by that is like the shape of it. A lot of times Vans slip-ons or other shoes that have a lot of board control that I've skated in the past tend to get really flat really quick, and they just sort of become sort of floppy shoes really fast. These haven't really done that, even though they sort of have that shape already. They're kind of more of a loose, floppy looking shoe. The interesting part is that they really kept their shape and the structure. And I guess the point that I'm really honing in on is that they're definitely more durable, even though they have that board control. And normally when you have a shoe that has a lot of board control, it comes with the downside of it just getting destroyed really quickly. The other thing I really like about these shoes is the shoelaces that they come with. At first I didn't really like them. I felt like I had to maybe tighten them all the way up, but I got used to them. I do have to tighten them like once or twice through the session, unless I do 2 hoops instead of 1, but I just don't like all of that. I also was really surprised with how good these outside soles have really held up. Like, the insole altogether is really durable. I thought these were kind of just gonna get destroyed really quick because of this texture, but honestly, I think these are, I don't know if it's just like a raw material or what it is, but they're much more durable. So I really do like that. I like how they look personally. Some people don't like how they look, but also they do work to your advantage. Like, they're almost rubbing out versus just like running through it. Like, it feels like there's more material, but it's not chunky. Now, even though it is a kind of a thin insole, and some people might not like that you can't take the insole out, you can rip it out probably. It's going to take some work, but I actually really like this insole. I didn't feel like I had to put anything else in there. I think it's great. You could just skate it as is. If you are a type of person that is, you know, a little more critical on your insoles, the impact, you could definitely rip these out, or just put an insole in if you really want like a double thick shoe and still want that kind of top thin layer. And that's something else that I really like. I like how thin this tongue is, and I like how flexible everything is, even though it stays in place. So a lot of times these tongues like will end up falling out of place. There's no elastic bands on these tongues either, which I kind of do like. The good thing is that it has that like extra strap in the middle of the laces on the tongue, and you can put your lace through there, and that really keeps it in place. Like, I never have any problem with it falling to the side while I'm skating, so I really do like that. Some of the bad things that maybe I noticed right away, I think I wore down the sole pretty quick. I am filming and dragging my heel a lot. I was bombing heels recently. I haven't put these shoes through quite the test, and that is the first thing to go. I actually think if that's the first thing to go in your shoes, that says a lot about the upper cosmetic and everything else about your shoes. So these are definitely getting to that point where you can start seeing that outline of the insole of the shoe. So that is definitely probably the weakest part about the shoe. It's starting to kind of tear away. Also, there's like a separation starting to slowly happen. And then the only other really downfall at this point, again, I've been putting these shoes through the runs. I don't think I've had any other shoes that are this durable. I'll just say that right now. Is it's starting to chip away at the point where I'm flicking very subtly, but even then it's like it's barely chipping away, and I've really skated these shoes quite a bit. So I think those are some of the downfalls. I personally like these new versions of the shoe too, with the line going across. I think that's really helped keep the structure of the shoe. Like I said, I never had the other ones. This is my first pair of last resorts, but it's really impressive how much the structure has set. I know I'm really honing in on that, but as far as negative things, yeah, I think eventually the sole probably is going to be the first thing that rolls down. Maybe some separation from the insole, and then of course right here starting to get destroyed, but it is pretty good how there's really nothing over here to get messed up. Altogether, I think it's a well-designed skateboard shoe, and I'm not super scientific or specific about shoes, but this is just an overall thoughts. And who I think the shoe is for someone that I think likes skating with good board control, isn't super big on taking high impact. Definitely for like transition skaters, of course. Definitely for street skaters or any kind of skating, but yeah, big impact might not be your favorite shoe. Maybe put an insole in it. Besides that, I think the shoe is for anybody that likes a good skate shoe, honestly. I've done way more kick flips and just flip tricks in these shoes than I ever do in any shoes. I'm not sure what it was about it. I think, again, it's just the shape of it. It's a really good shaped shoe. It doesn't feel as chunky. I've been skating the Vans Rowan, which I love. Those are like my favorite Van shoes, but I will say this feels like I have less material on me, but I feel more comfortable on my skateboard, and I still feel like there's enough covering my foot. I might get the high tops in the next version. So yeah, I will definitely be getting these shoes again. They were $100. They're not the cheapest skate shoe, but I think because they're so durable and because they're skater owned, like there's so many good things about this skate shoe. I could rant on all day about it, but I'll definitely be getting another pair overall. I mean, it's an amazing shoe. If you guys have any other questions, let me know down below. If you appreciate it or enjoyed this type of review where I really go and put the product to the test, make sure you hit that like button, smash it up, beat it, assault it, subscribe if you are not already. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Mash.